Well, hello everyone. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Christy and this channel is called Yarn Barf. I'm very good at making yarn barf, and I'm sure most of you know what yarn barf is. So every time you get yarn barf, I hope you think of me. I'm coming on today because I saw an ad on Facebook. I'm a sucker for some of these ads, and I've been burned. But not this time. This was for a newspaper called Crochet Nation. Is it a yay or is it a nay? So that's what I'm going to find out. I've got the first issue, I think, was $5. You get, and it's a newspaper, but it's pretty sturdy newspaper. Okay, it's not magazine paper, but you don't want to line your kitty litter box with it either. So, let's see. This is issue 1. It's got filled with things like Crack the Crochet Crossword Puzzle, Knitting and Yarn Spies, Discover the Wild Story of World War II Espionage. How do I think I like talking when I learn how? Crochet Nation. A whole bunch of stuff in here I wish you could see, but I'll just have to describe to you. Here you got a crochet shawl with flowers, candy heart, crochet pillows, a chunky whale pattern, book, podcast, and show recommendations, random act of kindness, heart program. From my hook to yours, a note from Brittany Smiley, and welcome to the very first issue of Crochet Nation. This paper is a love letter to crocheters everywhere. A place to celebrate our craft, unwind, and spark creativity. I wanted to create something that feels like a breath of fresh air, as a nostalgic throwback to a physical newspaper, but filled with patterns, inspiring stories, fun games, and thoughtful surprises without any bad news. We have plenty of that in the world. Whether you're curling up with your yarn solo or connecting with fellow crocheters, I hope Crochet Nation becomes something you look forward to every month, a little happy meal made just for you. Thank you for being part of this journey. Let's make something magical together. Tools of the trade, favorites this month. February's Color Crush, cozy neutrals and soft pinks. Bring a handmade charm to every corner of your home. Then this looks interesting. The Secret Weapon of Resistance. Yarn knitting and espionage. Ooh, a covert craft. Ooh, how knitting became a code. That sounds interesting. Women behind the needles. Women played an extraordinary role in knitting espionage. In Belgium, women living near railway lines recorded German train movements, encoding their destinations or observations in scarves and socks. Wow. How do you do that? In the Netherlands, women tracked troop locations while knitting by their windows, appearing to be nothing more than devoted crafters. Their bravery was immense. If caught, these women faced severe consequences, including imprisonment or death. Whoa. Yet they persevered, transforming an everyday activity into a lifeline for resistance efforts. Isn't that interesting? Wow, see, I did not know that. And then we got the heart graph gown and baby blanket. You get a yarn maze, help the yarn find its hook. So you got a little mishmash of different things in here to keep you interested. Button-up cowl crochet pattern. That's very pretty. The legacy of Irish crochet lace. A craft born from adversity. Victorian elegance and the rise of Irish lace. And it's the technique that endures. And then you've got a cute pattern for reusable face scrubbies. And then there's a crochet pattern for fingerless gloves. And it's similar to what I designed years ago. But it's the easiest thing in the world. Make a ribbing that fits around your wrist. You know, crochet in your back loop only. Do it if it fits around your wrist. And then seam it up. And when you get to this part, now do a pattern. Something you like. And when you get to where you want your thumb to be, you know, skip a few stitches. Make so you have a space to stick to the... Very easy. You can design your own. In fact, I made a pair. I just made one. Duh. And I didn't write it down. And it came out so pretty. It was with black sparkle yarn. And it was shell stitches. And it came out great. And of course I didn't write it down. And I still have it. But, oh, what did I do here? Okay. I still have it, but there's only one of them. I used to never like making two of anything, you know. Like, okay, I made one, I'm done. You know, that kind of attitude. No, no, no. I have 2 feet. So if I want socks, I'm going to have to learn to make 2. Then there's fibers. What do we get? Popping. We're really having some computer issues today. And then I got the record little button in the upper red letters. I apologize for that. I don't know how to get rid of it. I made a whole video and then there was no audio. So then I got the audio back and then the video disappeared. What? I mean, every time I turn around, the dog's barking, the cats are yowling. I'm trying to get something done with all this. It's like having a house full of toddlers. Test of the tulip crochet pattern. Yes, spring is here, the grass is riz. I see where the flowers is. I'm looking forward to reading those espionage. And then there's a series that's an ongoing mystery series that every month you get another chapter. So that should be interesting. And let's see, this is this. Oh, look, they even have Crochet Nation horoscopes. Now, I'm a moon child. I'm a Cancerian, a water baby. Okay, the sentimental maker. Work on a heartfelt project like a gift or heirloom that reminds you of home. Let emotional connections guide your stitches. Lucky yarn, soft pastels like blush pink and baby blue. Cosmic tip. Add personal touches like initials or notes to make projects even more meaningful. And it's interesting that that's my horoscope because I did make the Chunky Cardigan by MJ's Off the Hook using Premier Puzzle yarn in the colorway of Fresh Blooms. Oh my gosh, everywhere I went, I got complimented. It just screamed spring and Easter pastels, and it was just so pretty, but I made it too big. The body dysmorphia. I'm thinking, okay, I'm fat. No, I'm not that fat. I'm maybe a little chubby. I'm certainly not fat. Anyway, I made it too big. So I washed it. The beautiful big buttons. I mean, you guys saw it in a previous video. I did show it, maybe in a short or a video, but super easy pattern. Really not difficult at all. And it was my first sweater, you know, my first cardigan. So I was very excited and proud that I achieved one goal that I made for this new year. Back in December, New Year's Eve, you make resolutions or set goals. My goal was to make a sweater, and it came out beautiful. But I washed it, and let it dry on fluff or whatever in the heater and the dryer. And I'm gifting it to a very sweet person in our community. She's never done me a moment's harm. She's sweet to everyone. And I'm going to bless her with this lovely cardigan. And I am going to try to make another one in a size a little more suitable. My phone's over here doing whatever, it's vibrating. Notifications. So anyway, that was the horoscope. Okay, now we've got Fairchild Lace Placemat. This looks easy. Not enough light in here. Am I going blind? It's like it's getting darker. It's getting darker. Can you see that right here? That does not look difficult. To anybody who's a beginner crocheter, do not underestimate yourself. If you know basic stitches, like your chain stitch, just get your foundation stitch, your chain stitch, single crochet, double crochet, half double crochet, treble crochet, shoot, you got it made. You got it made. You know the stitches. Now if there's anything really special stitches, like puff stitches or, you know, V stitches, shells, anything more complicated, which are shells are just double crochets. V stitches, double crochet, maybe chain 2, double crochet. You already have the knowledge to make different items. You can read a pattern and make these items. So do not underestimate yourself. Oh, I'm a beginner. I can't make that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Have faith in you. I'll never forget. I had made a blanket for my mom. Let's see if the picture's handy. I've been having trouble keeping track of things lately. Imagine that. Oh, yes, here we go. I made this for my mother. I think it was 1986, 87, around there. I'd seen this pattern in a leaflet. I made a little booklet at one of the craft stores, and it's Victorian. As you can see, it looks very Victorian, and I love the Victorian era and the furnishings and all that. And so I bought this leaflet. And the yarn back then, I mean, it was kind of pricey, and it cost a lot to get all the yarn I needed. And I get to working on it. I'm reading the pattern. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck. And now I'm making it for my mother, who was a very good crocheter. She taught me how to crochet. I learned in 5 minutes. It's not hard to learn. But I couldn't call her and ask her for help. So I had a tantrum. I mean, I was all by myself in the house. Bobby was at work, thank goodness. I had a tantrum. I burst out in tears. First, I think I started cussing. And then it's one of those moments where you need to duck because the book went flying. And I'm cussing again, and I'm just a-bawling, and I can't call Mommy for help because it's for her. I actually started the blanket Thanksgiving evening after dinner over Bob's family. We had Thanksgiving celebration, and I started it then with the little squares. You see all those squares that were going down there. Anyway, yeah, so you make all your little squares first and sew them together, and then it was crocheting. But I wasn't getting it. I'm reading the pattern, and it wasn't clicking, and I was just so frustrated. Like I said, cussing like a... I don't want to say sailor. I don't want to offend any sailors because I love sailors. Cussing up a blue streak, we'll just say that. And crying. And the book went flying. After I calmed down, after a little while, I finally calmed down and looked at it again, and I'm staring at the pattern. I'm on the picture on the cover, looking at the stitches, and it, bingo, light bulb moment. I went, ah. And I finished that on Christmas morning. I was still frantically weaving in ends to give my mother that. I had a lot of ends. And to give it to my mother. And she could not believe it. She couldn't believe it. She said, "You made this, Pussy?" That was her nickname for Mom and for Dad and me. Pussy or Pussycat, you know. And she couldn't believe I made it. Because before that, all I'd really made was simple, like granny squares. A simple one-row repeat kind of blanket. Nothing as intricate as that. And I mean, I still have it, believe it or not. Just a little weathered. Mom had burned a hole in it when she was dying of cancer. And she was smoking. She shouldn't have been smoking. One of the last things she said to me was, "Don't smoke." And, but she died of breast cancer. And of course, smoking, as we know, doesn't help. And, but yeah, she loved it. I still have it. And let's see, Crochet Nation, what do we got here? Must Try Patterns this month. And, oh wait, we've got issue 2. We got issue 2 here. And then there's Crochet Nation crossword on the back. How brave are you? Can you do it in pen? I can do it in pen. An erasable pen. Color Pop Mittens crochet pattern. And lots of patterns in here. Hope I get another horoscope. Timeless Stitches classic crochet patterns with a modern twist. This looks like there's a little something for everybody. Striped me shawl. Striped crochet baby blanket. Cascade crochet cardigan. Oh, that looks nice. What kind of yarn do I need? Yeah, speaking of yarn, what's going on with my Mary? Is it Mary Maxim or Hirschner's? I think it was Mary Maxim. Yeah, nowadays they want you to pay extra for faster delivery. Oh, for $3.99 we'll do our jobs better. No, I don't think so. No. I'm paying for the yarn. Do your jobs correctly, please. Don't say, "Oh, well, she didn't pay the extra $4 plus tax." So take your time packing that order. That's not right. This is my opinion, but Timeless Stitches, classic crochet patterns with a modern twist. Forget-me-not baby blanket. Oh, we got 2-hour crochet slippers. Who doesn't love fast projects? Especially around the holidays when you want to make some extra gifts and have them ready in case somebody surprises you with a gift. You can give them something, you know. Winter slipper boots. These look cute. I'll be saving all of my my newspapers here because they're reference material. So I don't throw away reference material. As a matter of fact, I still have it. I have a few, like maybe 50 Crochet Magic magazines. I can't believe how inexpensive they were, but at the time you'd think they're expensive because we didn't make as much money in 1987. This is from April 1987. It was $3.25. And this is where I learned how to read the graphs, the charts, or whatever you want to call them, because that's what they have in here. And I said, you know what? I sat down and said, oh, look how pretty this is. I could make that. You could make that. Just sit down for 10 minutes and learn what the little symbols mean. That's all it is. You're just following the symbols. That is so pretty. I've made some gorgeous doilies thanks to this magazine. Here's one that's really easy. This looks complicated. It's all chain stitches. Look at chain, 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 chain. Little circle, whole bunch of chains, maybe a few picots. Anybody, come on, even beginners. Beginners can do this. So don't underestimate yourselves. Mastering Garment Crochet with Jess Coppin's Craft Framework. Toss it on and wear your creation with pride, like I did with my beautiful cardigan. And it's all washed. It smells like Snuggle, because I use Snuggle fabric softener. And I do hope the person that I'm gifting it to loves it. It got a little bit pilly, but some yarn does that. But whatever. I know all I know is I got complimented no matter where I went. Got complimented. So it came out really pretty. I'd like to make another one, like I said, in a more suitable size. The Sami people and their fiber arts heritage, preserving indigenous Arctic textile traditions. Article on that. When to frog, when to finish, deciding the fate of a whip. I rarely, ever frog. In fact, when I heard that expression a few years back, I didn't even know what it meant. Frog. Oh, that's because you're going ribbit, 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 ribbit. Ripping out your crochet. Ribbit, ribbit. So that's why they call it frogging. I never frog. If I have to, it's only a few stitches. After all the years I've been crocheting, I pretty much learned how to cover a boo-boo. Nobody's going to notice unless they're real OCD and count stitches or something. So, it's perfectly imperfect, and you can't even tell. So it's kind of an identifier. Think of it as an identifying mark. If anybody steals whatever I make for you, I can identify it and say, well, I happen to know that there's an error in row 6 and stitch 18. Look at this. I'm going to have to make this for the kids next door. Oh, look at this little... I don't really do amigurumi, but this is so cute. I may just have to break out some... Look at that little tiny... You see it? Right there. And here's another one called the... This is called the Love Dove. Meet Lulu the Love Dove. The perfect amigurumi for beginners. That would be me when it comes to amigurumi. Tangled in stitches, crochet word scramble. Oh, that little bunny is so cute. And I had just seen a nice pattern. I think it was on YouTube. I'll have to look. I have a playlist that I entitled Great Crochet Patterns. And you'll find all kinds of patterns in there. And oh, this they've even got like a Dear Abby section in this paper. Look, Dear Grandma Ange, or Angie. It's A-N-G-E. Ange. Your hook, yarn, and life advisor. Dear Grandma Ange, why does my yarn keep splitting while I crochet? It's driving me nuts. And I'm thinking maybe the yarn's just not good quality. Maybe the wrong size hook. And she's saying, oh no, yarn splitting is one of the most frustrating crochet gremlins, and here's how to banish it. Check your hook. Some hooks, like those with sharper heads, are more prone to splitting yarn. Try a smoother hook with a rounded tip. We love Tulip Atimo hooks. They're a bit pricey, but worth it in my opinion. Mind the ply. Loosely plied or fluffy yarns are notorious for splitting. It's the yarn. Go slow and take your time. Enjoy the process. It's not a race, right? Adjust your technique. Insert your hook more carefully into the stitches to avoid snagging stray strands. So, personally, I like an inline hook. I've been using crochet Susan Bates forever. I've got some furls. They're beautiful. They're nice to own. And I usually end up giving them away. In fact, speaking of giveaways, you have to check out Dee's Creative Hands Crochet. She's got a huge Podiversary birthday celebration coming up. Now, today is Monday, March 25th. Now, I went to her channel, and I'm not sure if she's doing it Tuesday. It might be the dib sale. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Thursday. And she comes on at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you want to be there. This is going to be a big... I'm donating myself. I'm donating stitch markers and a furls hook. Okay, and I'll give you a choice of some furls hooks that I have. Let me see if I got some handy. Queen of Hearts blanket pattern. There's so much to see in this newspaper, really. Stitches of Deception. Set in 1851, Victorian London, Stitches of Deception is an 11-part mystery series exclusively in Crochet Nation. Eleanor Fairchild, a clever maid with a knack for decoding secrets hidden in crochet patterns, becomes entangled in a web of danger and deceit. Ooh. In installment 1, we find ourselves at a grand ball at Whitecliff Manor, where the evening takes a dark turn. Dun dun dun. Insert the music there. Dun dun dun. So yeah, there's plenty to look at. I don't think I've even showed it all to you. So this is issue 2. Crochet Nation. This was issue 1. It's another section. Where does this go? Oh, this was just the horoscope. So for me, Crochet Nation is a yay, not a nay. It's a yay. I like it. I think $8.90. Well, it is $8.95 a month. And I'm going for it. I subscribed. And I got a break on my very first issue, and being one of the brand new subscribers, I think I got it for $5. But I think then after that, it's $8.95 a month. You get it every month. And like I said, I will be trying to find a very good way to keep these clean and from getting messed up. Because again, hey, I've had Magic Crochet magazines since the 80s. So they're hanging in there. You can find them on eBay, of course, but be prepared to pay, you know. They might be a little pricey because they're archival and you can't get them anymore. And I did love crochet, Magic Crochet, I really did. And don't forget Work Basket, we used to get that. All these wonderful magazines and stuff. I miss them. But we do have YouTube, and thankfully, and tutorials, and live tutorials, but there's something, you know, that's just true. It was before the internet. We didn't have the internet in the 80s. So you had no choice but to sit down and read a pattern. And learn, or read a graph and learn how to do that. So anyway, I think Crochet Nation is a yay. Be sure to check out Dee's Creative Hands Crochet for her big Podiversary birthday blowout celebration. Be there or be square. 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm pretty sure it's Thursday. So we're going to have to check. I was looking earlier on the phone at her channel. Thursday nights she usually does chilling in the yarn room. And she may have a guest with her, like she's had Ganny Joe on a couple times. Ganny Joe goes live after Dee now. I think, what day is that? I think that's on Thursdays. And she's a sweetheart. I like Ganny Joe. Let's see, can we find Dee's Creative Hands? Let's see here. Here's the first one that pulled up. My favorite redhead. Love her dearly. She's got a members live on 3/25. Is that today? No, today's 3/24. Tomorrow, Tuesday, there's a members live. Okay, I'll be there for that. Members on. Members live only. So yeah, you can be a member. It doesn't cost a fortune. It costs less than Crochet Nation every month. You have a chance to win gifts and prizes and happy mail and make new friends, make new crochet yarning friends in the community. I sure wish I could find when the blowout is. I don't want to miss them. Dee's Birthday Bash. Here we go. Dee's Birthday Bash 3-year Podiversary. Scheduled for 3/27/25 at 6 o'clock p.m. That is going to be wild. And like I said, I'm going to donate stitch markers and I'll give you a choice of some furls hooks. I did have some handy over here, but I know I've got a beautiful red metal furls, and I think that's a size L, which is perfect for Premier Puzzle yarn, by the way, to make that cardigan I made, or baby blankets. Good size is a size L with Premier Puzzle, and that's a bulky yarn. But I also have other sizes. I have a couple resin hooks. They're beautiful. I think I have a silver streamline, metal silver, and that's in a size H. So you can get to pick what you like, and I don't mind doing that for you. And I appreciate my supporters and the friends that I've made in this crochet community, which is the absolute best. I love you all very much. Thank you. Please share me out. I don't put out content a lot because I have computer trouble. I make the video and then it's 5 hours of where is it in the computer. I made a whole video before and it lost it. It had no volume. Then I got it back and I had the volume. And then the whole video just went into cyberspace. Floating around out there in cyberspace somewhere. So I hope this one comes out all right. Thank you for coming by and watching, and I hope replay viewers, if you're watching, I thank you for coming and spending some time with me. I hope you like my review of Crochet Nation, and maybe give it a try yourself. Love you all very much, and I hope to see you at Dee's birthday party. We'll have a good time. Love you all. God bless and happy hooking.